What's good? What's good, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of The Urban Platform Speaks. Make sure to like and subscribe as you tune into the channel. Check out the content. And with that being said, man, I want to speak on a interview that Michael Cooper just he recently gave to Vlad, and he spoke about his being drafted number 60 by the Los Angeles Lakers, and they signed him for $30,000, right? Which is funny, $30,000. But that's what he signed for. He was the 60th pick. He got $30,000 to sign with the Lakers. And I'm gonna let him tell the story though. But Michael Cooper, man, I remember watching Michael Cooper when they used to go up against the Boston Celtics, and his assignment was to play Larry Bird and stop Larry Bird. Well, he didn't really never stop Larry Bird. He just contained him and kind of like tried to limit Larry Bird, but he never really stopped him. He probably was the best person that I ever seen play Larry Bird. Because that was Michael Cooper's job, like not to score or anything like that. Although he could score, but that was his job, man. When they played against the Celtics, man, for him to try to contain Larry Bird. And I remember those long those socks that came all the way up to his knees and stuff like that. Michael Cooper. Also, Michael Cooper, he was famous for getting dunked on by Julius Erving, Dr. J, right? When they played the Sixers in that championship series. I think that was in 82, something like that. 82 they played him. But yeah, man, Michael Cooper was a cool dude. And it was good to watch. And I thought this story right here was kind of funny. When he talked about the first time he met Kareem and what Kareem said to him the first time they met. And so I'm gonna pick it up right here and let Michael Cooper and listen to Michael Cooper say how draft day went for him, what he was doing on draft day. He wasn't even at home. He was out at the park playing basketball.
It was just an opportunity. But no, I didn't go to the draft. I was at the park playing, and the draft was going on. And how I found out was my cousin came down, ran to the park. I'm at the park at this place called Villa Park, and he ran down there and told me, "Hey, Mike, the Lakers drafted you." I said, "Man, stop playing with me, man. No. Jerry West is going to call you. You got to get home." So I reluctantly left because we had won 4 games in a row, and I was on a hot streak down there. And I left and went home, and yep, that was it. And it was true. And I was like, no kidding. He said, yep. So I talked to Jerry. Training camp is coming. Congratulations, son. We'll see you then. And I got to that time came around, and we used to have training camp at Loyola Marymount. And I remember going in and walking in the gym. If you look at Loyola now, it is so beautiful because they've redone that. But back then, it just used to be just a gym. And you walk in from the field, and I walked in, and I saw Kareem Abdul-Jabbar shooting sky hooks. I saw Jamal Wilkes over on the side practice free throw, and Norm Nixon was shooting. I walked in, and I was just staring at Kareem. And I'm standing there, and Kareem goes, "Hey, rookie, what you looking at?" And I couldn't even answer. He said, "Stop looking at me. Get your ass in there and get your gear on. We getting ready to practice." And so that was the beginning of my introduction to Kareem. And, I had a wonderful career with him. Kareem and I are best friends. His birthday's April 15th. My birthday's April 15th. His birthday's April 16th. So
okay,
we are Aryans in love. And we got a great bond together.
Man, that's a cool story. Man, Jamal Wilkes. I remember Jamal Wilkes too. Jamal Wilkes played in this movie also too called Cornbread Earl and Me. That was a big hit back in the day. Cornbread Earl and Me. Norm Nixon, man, was there before Magic Johnson got there. Norm Nixon was a hell of a guard, a great ball player. Man, Kareem, and you get signed for $30,000, man. And the first thing Kareem say to you is get your ass in here and get, people now back then though, those like guys like Kareem, Bill Russell, and all those guys, they wasn't like they wasn't the warm and fuzzy type guys, man. Because and a lot of it had to do with these guys coming out of the 60s and what they went through, right? So they was just all business. Even Robert Parrish, they call it like Chief. Robert Parrish used to play for the Celtics. They say he never smiled. And then the whole time throughout his career, I can't even recall seeing Robert Parrish smile. So those guys from that era, man, from the 60s and the 70s, um, they was all business. They was all business, right? But yeah, can you imagine like going into a gym and seeing those guys, Jamal Wilkes? Man, that's crazy. Jamal Wilkes, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Norm Nixon. That's crazy. And the same year that Michael Cooper went to the Lakers a year before Magic. I think Michael Cooper went in 79. I think he got hurt, right? He got hurt, and then 80, the Lakers picked up Magic Johnson. So when Magic Johnson came in 1980, that was Magic's rookie season. And because Michael Cooper was coming off an injury, that was his rookie season too. Michael Cooper said that the Lakers probably would have cut him because they had back then their contracts. Some of the players on the team had no trade and no cut contracts, right? Which I never heard of no trade, no cut. I heard of no trade but no cut. So those players, some of the best players in the league used to have those no cut contracts. So you couldn't cut them. You had to pay them um until their contract was over with. So Michael Cooper was on the team and they would have, if Mike had not have got hurt, they would have had to cut him because there wasn't no room on the team for him. But since he got hurt, they put him on an injury list. And he rehabbed. He said he rehabbed and he worked out, all that year. And then the next year they came, and they came with Magic, and then him and Magic in 1980, they was rookies together, and then so that's what started the Lake Show. When Magic got there and Cooper was there, it was the Lake Show after that though. But that's a cool story, man. And for him to be Michael Cooper, I can see Michael Cooper and Kareem being close because both of those guys, it seemed like their personality would mesh. Like Michael Cooper is just a cool, down to earth guy. Kareem is a no nonsense type guy, so they wouldn't conflict at all. And so yeah, that was a cool story. But yeah, man, that's all I got on this. Make sure to like and subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to leave a comment. And with that being said, I'll check you all out in the next video. Peace.